Hey everybody, this is Kyle, and here is part two to my listening stream for my new album, Mask. So, a couple announcements real quick as we get started here. Mask will be available on Spotify as of next Monday, so April 11th. There's a pre-save link in the description to this live stream. So if you like some of these songs, are curious to, listen to it at your leisure later in the future, please pre-save this on Spotify because it lets Spotify know, hey, you want to hear this, and that really helps me out because Spotify has its algorithms and things like YouTube. The next announcement is you'll see a sponsored page. I just forgot what it was when I went to say it for this stream. So if you like the drums on some of the rock songs and alternative things that I have in here, and I'll point it out after the first one, there is a sponsored link. So I use session drum tracks when I record, because I work by myself. I can put these session drum tracks into my recording studio software, do different things to them to make them have the sound that I want to have. And that's really cool, especially if you don't have access to a live drummer. Or if you just don't like the idea of making beats, because I know some people are like that too. The third thing, and then we'll get to the music here, is I'm going to switch up my frequency of videos on YouTube. I'm really focusing on original music, original content, and things like that. So that being said, every other week, there's just going to be 2 videos. I'm going to have collaborations on Monday, original music, original related things on Thursdays, and then every couple Saturdays, I'll have something. It'll be original, but something related, just so you know. On my Patreon, like noted on the screen here, getting ready to play this first song, they get all this original music way before anybody else, and weekly videos. So, quitting blabbing here. I'll play these songs. I'm going to play Store. This is the first video I put off this song. As I play the songs, I'm going to be hanging out in chat. Not going to say much, but if you jump in chat during the stream, I'll be sure to give you a little shout out here. So here's the first song, Store, and I'll mention a little bit after we play this.
Tell me what you want, tell me what you need, tell me how you're hungry, tell me how you feel. You like to cook it, you like it raw, like to add some heat, you like it all. You wanna get some sugar, come get your ride to the store. Tell me I love her, she keeps coming back for more. Tell me how you whip it, tell me about the cream, tell me how it sweetens, tell me what you mean. You like the control, you like the dream, you like the measure, you cook with steam. You wanna get some sugar, get your ride to the store. You tell me I love her, keeps coming back for more.
I had a lot of fun writing that song. Check out the first stream. Talked a little bit more about that song, but I mentioned the sponsored content. If you make original music, you don't have a drummer, you don't like the idea of making beats, check out the Yurt Rock link in the description to this video, because I use beats like that, and that's exactly what you heard. So this album Mask, I have songs set up in pairs besides Store. That's why I played this one again on this stream. So the next set of songs gets into more hip hop territory when it comes to music. And it was fun trying to make that style of music because, not gonna lie, I heard Corpse Husband fell into a little bit of a Corpse Husband hole. Just loving his music, the energy of it, the attitude. I was like, I want to try making something kind of like that. So I have an instrumental prelude to the track, an introduction of sorts, and then I have the actual track. So the instrumental is called Broken and Angry, because that's pretty, when you hear it, it kind of sets the vibe. And then the song after that is called At You, and it's the at symbol YOU. So I'm just gonna play one song, then the other. Again, I'll be hanging out in chat. Jump in chat, say hi, let me know you're there, and I'll say, hey, how you doing? So here we go, Broken and Angry. Here is At You.
You think you made me strong, but you really made me sick. You made my darkest thoughts the most realistic shit. I spent so much time just to think about dying. You just put your effort to continuously lie. So yeah, I
That was really fun to put together. It'd been so long since I tried to program some sort of beat and then try to make something in that genre of music. It was a lot of fun being creative, and that creative aspect of this new album is something I just greatly enjoyed, especially the idea of coming up with an instrumental version. And like I said, it's like a prelude or introduction to the following track, and with that one with At You, I had, written that track first, had the music and everything. And part of the sounds is I used an old Mellotron plugin. A Mellotron is a type of keyboard that had a cassette of like a flute or, mandolin, whatever instrument. And whenever you push the key on the keyboard, it'd physically play a cassette loop. It's almost like a very, very early analog version of a sampler. And of course, I have a virtual version of that. So I used it, and for the instrumental, that was a lot of fun to kind of deconstruct that song and think, okay, how can I make this a little different, a little similar, so then when you hear the real track, for lack of a better description, it seems familiar. And another note, we'll get to the next set of songs. Starting in June, I'm going to do monthly original song releases. They'll hit on Spotify and YouTube about the same time. And I'm going to have some sort of video. It might be a lyric video, a music video, or a performance video to go along with that. And I have a very cool, funky acoustic guitar version of this song and the other hip-hop track off Mask, I Want to Date a Weeb. And yeah, they turn out so different. And like I said, the creative aspects of things, so much fun. So this next set of songs has a feature. One of my collaborators here on YouTube, Matthew Campbell from Matthew's Music Studio channel, making sure I said that right. He added some saxophone to this. So this gets into a little bit more funky territory. Again, if you like the drums that you hear on this and you make music, check out that Yurt Rock link in the description here. So the instrumental track is called On Awakening, and then the full song is called On and On. And with this particular instrumental, On Awakening, I was thinking, if I was in a band and had a song and I'm introducing the band members and letting them do like a little solo, put in a little fill or something like that, that was my vision with this instrumental track On Awakening. It's like, hey, here's the guitar player, do a little guitar stuff. Hey, here's the keyboard player, which was me. Let's do a little keyboard solo. Here's bass player. Oh, and we have a sax player too. So here we go. On Awakening, and then On and On. Here's the track On and On.
Put my shoes, ready for walking. Wanna leave a little shadow all around here. Just got to work it all the way in your bones. And after the first step, on and on it will go. A quick look left, assess the scene. Only takes a second, know if you run. Just got to work it all the way in your bones. And after the first step, on and on it will go. Forward ahead, as if there's a plan. Sometimes living requires none. Just got to work it all the way in your bones. And after the first step, on and on it will go. Just got to work it all the way in your bones. And after the first step, on and on it will go. On and on it will go. On and on it will go. On and on it will go.
Hey, Boomer Bass Meme, thanks for hanging out for a moment with me. Yeah, that song, when I came up with that riff, and that's a super basic pentatonic riff for anybody who plays, stringed instruments, especially guitar or bass. You'd know exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, that groove is so slinky and dirty and gritty and stuff, and that was so much fun. When I recorded this album, the first song, Store, when I was putting that together, I was thinking, man, the bass is missing something. And talking about, Boomer Bass Meme, I was thinking of you when I kind of hit this sound. What I did on this album on these, live sounding tracks, meaning, like someone's actually playing an instrument, not a virtual instrument, is I doubled the bass guitar with a sub bass, and it just added so much boom. And it's like, you hear it like on big speakers, and it's like, wow, that sounds huge. That was a sound I've been searching for a long time, recording music on my own. So going to the last two sets of songs off the new album, the instrumental for leading into the last song is called Damaged Prelude. And I wanted to do with these instrumental tracks something different for each one. And I, like on one in the previous stream, I took acoustic guitar, and with the drums and things, I was trying to envision it as an EDM producer might approach it. And of course, I'm not an EDM producer, but I was just having fun and being creative. With this song, Scars, that's the last song on the album, I liked the way it started, and I wanted stringed instruments, kind of like a quartet orchestral sound. And so I just took that idea and ran with it. And in all honesty, I was having so much fun when I was writing this instrumental track. I was at about 4 or 5 minutes, and I was thinking, okay, I gotta start editing this down, because it was fun to step into a classical frame of reference. And of course, I know a bit about music. I've barely would call myself a musician, but I've been playing guitar since I'm 4, even though that doesn't really count for much about knowing music. But I was having so much fun thinking about the orchestration, putting strings here. I have timpani, I have cymbals. It was so much fun, and my creativity was just getting the best of me. So I'm like, okay, the editor producer needs to come in and say, hey, we need to get this down. So the last 2 sets of songs here, we have Damaged Prelude followed by Scars. Here we go. Okay, here's the track Scars.
You say you wear your scars so proudly so that people should just love you, and we know you lie about your history and choose to cause your drama. And you say your addictive personality has made you act in this way, and we know you lie about your addictions and the pain you inflict scars me. Tornado winds, debris like falling, spins and it turns, inner fuel burns, for help you're crawling, dancing around, darkness surrounds, under the weight you're crawling, all overturned, pain starts to burn, your words send me sprawling. You say you wear scars so proudly so that people should just love you, and we no, you lie about your history and choose to cause your drama. And you say addictive personality has made you actor in this way. And we know you lie about your addictions and the pain you inflict scars me. Day after day, same things to say, all go unspoken. Night after night, inside me I fight. Sense of good's been broken. But how much is on? Things haven't gone. You're left with the tokens. Year after year, nothing's left here. Leaving signs and are choking. You say you wear scars so proudly so that people should just love you and me. No, you lie about your history and choose to cause your driving. Say addictive personality is major actor in this way. No, you lie about your addictions and the pain will inflict scars me. Scars me. Scars me. Scars me.
Yeah, that song Scars. I wrote that song as I was driving to a nephew's wedding in Chicago from St. Louis. It's like a 5-ish hour drive. And I heard something in some other music or something mentioned somewhere. And I was thinking, okay, I like this idea of scars, but flipping it, And I started to hear like old Panic at the Disco in my head. And so it's kind of, as soon as I got somewhere where I started writing down some notes, but I had this whole song like that constructed in my head. So I have some other people in chat. Somebody, Merhaba, I don't know how to say your channel name. I apologize, but muchas gracias, Ivan. Always good to see you. Necesito practicar mi español más. So here on live stream, I'm going, oh my gosh, I know Spanish, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. So, hey, thanks for hanging out again. Boomer, thanks for hanging out. Always cool to see some people hanging out. People have been connected with here on YouTube for a while. Going to have some more like lyric video or music video type things for the songs after the release. So later this month in April and then a couple times in May. First acoustic monthly release will be a song off this album redone acoustically. So excited for all that. So everybody, thanks for hanging out and I'll see you next time. So I'm going to end this right here.